What's happening, guys? Welcome to the basement. We are actually gonna have a look at my library today, so stay tuned. Starting off in our Vertigo section, some of my favorite books right here. We have 100 Bullets by Brian Azzarello. Next up, we have Preacher by Garth Ennis. After that, we have Trans-Metropolitan by Warren Ellis. Then we have Planetary, also by Warren Ellis, a very strange tale, very enjoyable though. Then we have Hellblazer. I'm missing a lot of Hellblazer. I'm actually working on filling in those gaps. Then we have a very underrated comic, actually, by Tony Moore, called The Exterminators. We have Animal Man by Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison is not my guy. I mean, I've tried many of his books. I also enjoyed this first volume, but can't get really into anything that the guy does. Then we have Swamp Thing by Mark Millar. 3 volumes there. After that, we have Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, some of the best comics ever written. Some more Swamp Thing by Brian K. Vaughan. Alan Moore's Watchmen, of course. Some miscellaneous Batman. Dark Victory. Haunted Night. Also have The Long Halloween coming up right here. Next up, we have our image section, kicking it off with Spawn Origins 1 through 20. I think that gets you up until 120 something issues of Spawn. Next, we have some Rick Remender books. We have Fear Agent 1 through 4. Great post-apocalyptic alien story. After that, we have Low, also by Rick Remender, a great post-apocalyptic story regarding the sun supernovaing and humans having to live deep in the ocean in these large domes. Next, we have 7 to Eternity. The last volume of this series should be out, I think, late this year or early next year. And we have Death or Glory, volume 1 and 2. We have The Scumbag, the newest of Rick Remender's titles. Then we have Monstrous 1 to 5, missing volume 3, still gotta pick that up. I have read it though. Then we have a great horror comic called Ice Cream Man. It's pretty much individual stories like Tales from the Crypt. We have Trees by Warren Ellis, volumes 1 to 3. Unfortunately, they're not making any more of those. Then we have some Donny Cates here and Jeff Shaw with God Country and Crossover. Those two make a great team. I definitely need to pick up more of Donny Cates' books. We have Eclipse, another great post-apocalyptic story involving the sun. The Last Siege. The Weatherman Volume 1, a nice little cyberpunk tale. Meaning to pick up the second volume of that as well. We have Rumble. Strange scarecrow, guy that comes alive type story. We have Isola. Pretty good book, very cartoony though. Invisible Republic, great story, I enjoyed it. Kind of a George Orwell type universe. We have my favorite, one of my favorite anyway, post-apocalyptic comics called Crossed. It has 17 volumes as well as a couple spin-off series. We have Warren Ellis, Black Ass, Neonomicon by Alan Moore, great little horror story. We have Hillbilly volumes 1 to 4 by Eric Powell, who also did The Goon. Very good story, very good artwork. Then we have some manga down here. We have Blade of the Immortal volumes 1 through 10. That's the whole series. We have Buddha by Ozuma Tekaza. Dooro. Then we have a very sad World War II story called Mouse. The Jewish people are portrayed as mice, the Nazis are portrayed as cats. Then we have some of the best horror manga by Junji Ito. One of my favorites is this one here called Shiver. It's a bunch of short stories. Then we have The Drifting Classroom, volumes 1 through 3. The Girl from the Other Side, nice little horror story there. Coming up, we have an expensive out-of-print manga from the author of Lone Wolf and Cub. We have Lady Snowblood. A great story about a female assassin. Apparently Quentin Tarantino got his idea for Kill Bill from this book. We are just standing up here. Moving on to the second drawer, we have Absolute Y, The Last Man. Easily one of my favorite post-apocalyptic stories from Brian K. Vaughan. Then we have Death by Neil Gaiman. Great book, just a little overpriced. Next, we have easily one of my favorite books. We have The Goon by Eric Powell, a mixed genre of horror, comedy, crime. Beautiful library editions. Then we have Lady Killer coming up by Joelle Jones. Very good read. Just picked it up recently, actually. Really enjoyed it. It's about a female assassin that's also trying to manage a family life. And we have Crawl Space by Rick Remender. Wonderful cover here. It consists of 5 separate horror stories. We have Big Damn Sin City. This thing is huge. It is probably my biggest book in my collection. Very nice to see Frank Miller's stuff in oversized format. We have Tales from the Crypt Volume 2. I'm still waiting on the reprints of these. Unfortunately, they're just going to be paperbacks though. Then we have my favorite manga. We have Lone Wolf and Cub, volumes 1 through 28. These are actually, we have some Frank Miller drawn covers here as well. A phenomenal series about an assassin father and son traveling the landscape, seeking revenge. Then we have Path of the Assassin by the same author, 1 through 15. Long out of print series, not too popular though. Not as good as Lone Wolf and Cub, but enjoyable. Next, we have a continuation of Lone Wolf and Cub. We have a new Lone Wolf and Cub. Definitely not as good as the first series. Working our way down, we have Samurai Executioner. Great short stories revolving a samurai executioner and his victims. Then we have Old Boy 1 through 8. Nice little manga. I enjoyed the movies though much better. Coming up, we have the masterpiece Berserk. Rest in Peace. Volumes 1 through 40. We're going to be moving up now to shelf number 3, where most of my Marvel omnibuses are. Starting it off with Aliens. Marvel now has the rights, and they're reprinting these, so it's very good news because I haven't read any of them. We have Cloak and Dagger, Volume 1. I believe Volume 2 should be coming out within a few months. We have Daredevil, Volume 1. Then we have Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis, Volumes 1 and 2. Some very nice dark Daredevil stories. Fantastic Four, Volume 1. Waiting for Volume 2 to be reprinted. Fantastic Four, Volume 3, which is also getting a reprint. Fantastic Four by John Byrne, Volume 1. Volume 2 is long out of print. Wonderful book here, Hellstorm by Warren Ellis. We have The Incredible Hulk by Peter David, Volume 3. Still waiting on Volume 1 and 2 before I crack that one open. The Complete Silver Surfer here, Volume 1. Some great writing here by Stan Lee. Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Monster of a book. Amazing Spider-Man number 2. Amazing Spider-Man number 3. Glad that this is also getting a reprint for many of you who do not have that. We have Spider-Man by Roger Stern. I'm actually reading this right now, which is why I just have the dust jacket in its place. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. Hopefully this gets reprinted because a lot of people are missing that as well. Amazing Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane and David Michelini. Spider-Man by David Michelini and Eric Larson. Spider-Man Clone Saga Volume 1, Volume 2, long out of print, as well as the Ben Reilly stuff. We have Uncanny X-Men Volume 1 to 4, 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4 as well. These are also getting reprinted. And we have X-Men Mutant Massacre, reprint coming shortly as well. Batman Grant Morrison, didn't like it, trying to sell it actually. We got Lucifer Volumes 1 and 2, wonderful series here. Must read if you are a Vertigo fan or Neil Gaiman fan. We've got Swamp Thing, The Bronze Age. No, well, before that we have Silver Surfer Homecoming, which I just decided to stick in there. Wonderful start to Swamp Thing. And we have Swamp Thing by Nancy Collins. Out of print, I'm not sure if they'll ever reprint that one. Swamp Thing, The New 52. Also a wonderful series, very impressed by that one. And we have the Walking Dead Compendiums 1 through 4. We got something sticking up here. We got the Dead Space, Art of Dead Space. Invincible Volume 1 by Robert Kirkman. Good series, got to pick up the rest though. Saga Volume 1, hate that cover, but amazing series. Rachel Rising by Terry Moore, wonderful series about a girl rising from her grave. Wasteland Compendium 1, still need to pick up the second one here. Don't hear people talking too much about that series. Sweet Tooth, great post-apocalyptic story there by Jeff Lemire, a Canadian writer. Harrow County Omnibus Volume 1, Volume 2 is set to come out this month. We have some of the Goon stuff here of their new series. Moving on up here, we have Injection by Warren Ellis. A little strange. The Filth by Grant Morrison, also another one of Grant Morrison that I could not get into. The Goon Chinatown. And we have some humanoid stuff here. We have Before the Inkle. Missing quite a few of Jodorowsky's work, looking to change that. We have the Meta Barons. The Meta Barons Second Cycle. We have Yosagi Yojimbo Saga Volumes 1 through 9, missing 2 and 8, as well as the early Fantagraphics books. Moving on down now, we have some Marvel Epic collections. We have X-Men 1 through 3, which collects the very first 66 issues of X-Men. Next, we have the Incredible Hulk Epic collections, the very first 6. I might upgrade to the Omnibus once the reprint comes out. And we have Wolverine Epic Collection Volume 1, Silver Surfer Epic Collection Volume 1. We have Spider-Man The Alien Costume Volume 1 and 2. I'm thinking they'll make an omnibus of this eventually. Then we have Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane. Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. Next up, we have some miscellaneous Daredevil books, some issues that were missing in the Bendis Omnibus, and also the Ed Brubaker Volumes 1 through 3. Then we have the X-Men Complete Age of Apocalypse Volumes 1 through 4. Secret Wars. Uncanny X-Force Volumes 1 and 2 by Rick Remender. Marvel Zombies 1 through 3. Pretty rare now, the omnibus is way out of print on that one. The Complete Collection of Man-Thing Volumes 1 and 2. Hellstorm. Moving on down, we have the novel Musashi, which is about the life of a wandering Ronin named Miyamoto Musashi. The manga next to it is called Vagabond. It is also based on this character. These are pretty hard to find now as well. Unfortunately, it's a wonderful manga. And that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We have a few little miscellaneous odds and ends here, but we're out of time. Take care.